I think it's now time to start. So, dear Professor Palage, our Rector, dear colleagues, dear partners, and above all, dear new graduates, ladies and gentlemen, as Dean of the Faculty of Science, Technology and Medicine, it is a great pleasure and a great honor for me to welcome you to the Master's Degree Conferment Ceremony and to welcome all of you participants. So first, to the graduates, this ceremony is yours. Today, we will celebrate together your academic success at the University of Luxembourg. You can be proud, and we are all proud of your achievements as you will now move forward from being student to being a graduate of the university, and as you will join the alumni community of the university. Your studies during the last 2 or 3 years have been marked by real difficulties that were completely unexpected. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a decisive impact on the conduct of your studies. It forced us to rethink our teaching methods completely. Your success in your studies during this particularly challenging time is a testament to your resilience and adaptability, to qualities that will stay with you during your entire professional life. Beyond the pandemic, the last few years have been marked by many events that encourage us to rethink our way of life and to show the urgency of a more sustainable development, and in particular of the energy transition. The scientific and technological advances that you have learned to master during your studies will be an indispensable element to succeed in this endeavor. The diploma that you will receive today is a testimony of your ability to contribute to solving the great challenges that your generation will have to face. I would like to give a few information on the development of the faculty. As you probably know as students, probably many of you here as participants know, the faculty is growing within a university that is also growing, and this will of course be presented by our rector, Stéphane Palage. From a scientific point of view, of course, the quality of the research done in the faculty is growing and is leading, I think, in the country. We can see this in for instance, the ERC grants that have been obtained. We now have received 11 ERC grants in the faculty, which is more than half the number of ERC grants received in the country. And beyond this, obvious success in research, we also see a very clear development in the teaching programs of the faculty. This is what we see in the graph which is shown here. Over the last 5 years, the number of diplomas that we have been giving to our students has been increasing in a very marked way at all levels. I mean, this is at the bachelor level, where we went from 105 bachelor degrees to 158 today. The master's degree have almost doubled in 5 years, and the number of PhD degrees is increasing also markedly. So we are in a situation where we deliver a number of PhD degrees, a number of master's degrees, and a mass of bachelor degrees, which are very comparable and that are increasing every year, and that will continue to increase over the next years. The faculty is also developing because we have new activities coming in. Our Bachelor of Medicine, the full Bachelor of Medicine, started 3 years ago. And this means that now, this year, we have for the first time students in the 3rd year of the studies and the Bachelor studies in Medicine. And those students, the first students, will be graduating next year from the Bachelor of Medicine. In parallel, we're also now offering 3 specializations in medicine, in general medicine, in oncology, and in neurology. Our new Master of Data Science is also going through its 2nd year, so this means that next year we'll be graduating the first students from the Master in Data Science. But also, and in a very exciting way, we are now ready, or almost ready, to launch a number of bachelor programs in nursing. The government has mandated the University of Luxembourg to develop a comprehensive range of bachelor programs in nursing and medical professions, including midwives, at an academic level. A total of 7 new bachelors are planned to be launched gradually as of September 2023. The study programs will combine theoretical training using the latest technology with practical training in both hospitals and non-hospital settings, and in close collaborations with the Lycée Technique des Professions de Santé, LTPS, as well as with various institutes in Luxembourg and with foreign partners. Thankfully, we have 2 new colleagues, Professor Laurence Bernard and Professor Marie Friedel, who arrived a few weeks ago and who are deeply committed to creating with their colleagues and their teams an attractive bachelor program related to identified holistic needs of patients and to the development of the nursing profession, focused on evidence-based nursing, interprofessional collaborations, as well as cost-effective quality care, including a special attention to the well-being and quality of life of nursing students and then of patients. So you can ask, what is this area that we are developing, this area of nursing sciences? And I can tell you that nursing sciences assess healthcare systems and environments, improve patient, family, and community outcomes, and shape healthcare policy. So this is really an impressive, interesting development for the faculty, for the university, and I think for the country. Okay, so that's enough. I don't want to take too much time away from the key part of the ceremony, which will be the award of the diplomas. I would like to give you the program. So first, we'll have a welcome speech by Professor Stéphane Pallage, our rector. Then the inaugural lecture, which will be given by Susanne Siebentritt, who is professor in physics and head of the Laboratory of Photovoltaics in our university. There will be the awarding of prizes to 5 students who have particularly excelled on behalf of our sponsors, whom I would like to thank again here warmly. Zwe Freun for the FSTM, Germain Dongleger for the Amis de l'Université, NCVO, the Fondation Nicolas and Jean-Paul Lanners, the Luxembourg Mathematical Society, the Ordre des Architectes et Ingénieurs, as well as the Zonta Club. After that, we'll have the conferment of diplomas, and then a presentation of the alumni network by Andy Adams, our alumni relations senior specialist, and finally, last but not least, a reception at the Maison des Arts et des Étudiants. So thanks for your attention. I will now give the floor to Stéphane Pallage, our rector.
Monsieur le doyen, mesdames, messieurs, moyen, good afternoon, guten Tag, bonjour. Très chers diplômés, je vais commencer en français, je continuerai dans d'autres langues. Cette journée est une journée de grande joie et elle vous appartient, le doyen vient de le dire. C'est vous que nous sommes venus honorer. Cette cérémonie de remise des diplômes est un moment charnière de votre vie. Au Québec, d'où je viens, on parle d'une cérémonie de collation des grades. Parce qu'en termes académiques, nous allons vous décerner un grade. Le grade académique de bachelor, de master ou de PhD, dans ce cas-ci, de master. Les Américains appellent cette cérémonie le commencement, pour une très bonne raison. Ce n'est la fin de rien, c'est le début de tout. En ce 13 décembre 2022, nous célébrons votre réussite et tous les chemins possibles qui s'ouvrent à vous. Sachez qu'ils sont aussi larges et aussi nombreux que vous le souhaitez. Vous avez les moyens de changer les comportements inefficaces autour de vous, faites-le. Vous avez tous les outils pour inventer un avenir meilleur, faites-le. Soyez des héros pour vos enfants, pour vos proches, pour vos amis, pour votre pays. Une autre vie commence et croyez-moi, il y a une vie et une très belle vie au-delà de cet amphithéâtre. Your road to today's ceremony was not an easy one. It was in fact harder than for most of your predecessors. You have accomplished a significant part of your studies during the worst pandemic the world has known since 100 years. Your success is remarkable, and it deserves the recognition of all. You have literally earned this degree, and we are very, very proud to confer it to you. Today, you are entering a network of people that will be your most valuable team. Make sure you connect to those alumni who were sitting in this room last year and the year before. A network is worth nothing without connections. Be active in this alumni network. Make yourselves known to your peers and to us. Help us follow your achievements. Together, we do represent an incredible force. I have the pleasure, still, for a few days, of being the rector of the University of Luxembourg. This university is very special. It is only 19 years old, but it already ranks in the top 25 universities younger than 50, according to Times Higher Education, and fourth among the millennials. There is a ranking called the Leiden ranking, a ranking that is quite interesting because it forgets the past, it focuses on the present. What is the current quality of universities worldwide? Quality is measured in that ranking by the number of the proportion of publications we do in each university that make it to the 1% most cited publications of each field. Well, in that ranking, we are 54th in the world, well before McGill, Toronto, the Sorbonne, the universities of Zurich, the University of Lausanne, Leuven, Amsterdam, and many, many very famous universities. In that same ranking, if we limit ourselves to Europe, we are number 16th. That is quite an achievement for a very young university like ours. Cette université est aussi spéciale parce qu'elle est votre université. Vous serez désormais partout et chaque jour de votre vie nos plus précieux ambassadeurs. Vous êtes, sans le savoir peut-être, déjà tatoués de ce rouge et de ce bleu qui constituent nos couleurs. J'espère que vous serez toujours très fiers de l'Université du Luxembourg, comme l'Université du Luxembourg aujourd'hui est fière de vous. Chers diplômés, c'est un honneur pour moi de m'adresser à vous. Je suis personnellement fier du chemin que vous avez accompli pour vous rendre à cette graduation. Vos proches aussi sont fiers de vous. Ils ont partagé chacune des émotions derrière ce diplôme. Je vous remercie d'avoir fait confiance à notre très jeune et fougueuse université. Sur le chemin qui commence aujourd'hui, n'hésitez jamais à rêver. Le monde manque cruellement de rêveurs. Le rêve est pour moi un des plus importants devoirs du citoyen. Bien sûr, il ne faut pas s'arrêter aux rêves. Il faut faire en sorte que les rêves se réalisent. Et pour ça, vous avez tous les outils et toute la résilience auxquelles vos études vous ont préparé au mieux. Je vous souhaite le succès, je vous souhaite le bonheur, je vous souhaite de ne jamais, 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 jamais vous ennuyer. Si cela devait arriver, voyez l'ennui comme un signe qu'il est peut-être temps de passer à autre chose. Die deutsche Sprache ist nicht die Sprache, die mir am leichtesten fällt. Aber es ist mir wichtig, Ihnen auch auf Deutsch zu sagen, wie stolz ich bin, Sie zu unseren Absolventen zählen zu dürfen. Merci au gouvernement du Luxembourg qui investit de façon aussi visionnaire dans l'enseignement supérieur et la recherche. C'est sans aucun doute le meilleur investissement, un investissement en vous, en votre avenir, en notre avenir collectif. Un investissement aussi dans la démocratie, plus que jamais, dans ce 21e siècle de toutes les remises en question, plus que jamais, Les universités ont-elles un rôle important à jouer dans le fonctionnement démocratique? À l'heure où la pensée critique se décline en 180 caractères, l'université assure un environnement de réflexion rigoureuse, indépendante, libre et dénuée de tout conflit d'intérêts. Elle offre un éclairage nuancé sur les grands enjeux de notre époque, établit avec rigueur ce qui est un fait et ce qui ne l'est pas, procure un avis expert sur les grands enjeux de la société. L'avis des chercheurs du Luxembourg et de l'Université du Luxembourg a été absolument déterminant lors de la pandémie. Nous avons la chance de vivre dans un pays qui chérit ses valeurs et qui investit dans son université. Il y a peu d'endroits dans le monde aujourd'hui où la dotation publique n'est pas en décroissance. Dans cette période de grande turbulence économique et d'inflation, le Luxembourg a choisi d'investir davantage en recherche et en enseignement supérieur. C'est visionnaire, c'est remarquable, c'est la meilleure politique économique qui soit. Dear graduates, on the road ahead, remember to make the most of every day. As the digital revolution will create jobs that can hardly be imagined today, remain curious, keep learning, and stay in touch with your university. Life will undoubtedly take you back to school. We will be there for you. My address to you is one of my last public speeches. I will soon say goodbye to this fabulous university and its fabulous community. And I will move back to Montreal, where I left 3 children. COVID has changed distances, and it is time for me and my wife to go back to Canada. I want to thank you for choosing our university instead of Zurich, Lausanne, Leuven, Amsterdam, or Paris. We appreciate your confidence. I personally enjoyed every minute of being your rector. Très chers diplômés, dear graduates, je vais conclure ce discours avec le seul mot qui convienne, bravo.
Thank you very much, Professor Palage. The next talk will be the keynote lecture presented by Professor Susanne Siebentritt. Don't worry, I will do a short presentation. Come in, Susanne, come in. So Susanne Siebentritt is Professor of Physics and Materials Science in the faculty. She is the author of more than 160 peer-reviewed publications. In 2014, she received the FNR Outstanding Publication Award, together with 3 co-authors. And then in 2015, she was awarded the Grand Prix en sciences physiques, Prix Paul Wurth, of the Luxembourg Institut Grand-Ducal. She's a regular topical organizer of the International Photovoltaics Conference in Europe and in the US. She's a member of the vice chair of the Scientific Council of Science Europe. And since 2016, she's a board member of the Copernicus Project, a 10-year research program for the energy transition of the German Ministry of Education and Research. So, Susanne will have a lot of things to tell us about the future will be hot. Yeah. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So, I would like to join in the congratulations. It's your day, you're getting your diplomas today, and you worked hard for that. You lived through stressful times, and you succeeded. So there is all reason to celebrate. Congratulations. And, and now it's time to look into the future. And some of you will do that hopeful and excited. And some of you may be puzzled and worried. And indeed, there's a gap in the future. This is data collected by the United Nations Environmental Programme, and it shows historical and projected carbon emissions. If you look at the blue line, that's historical data and projected based on current policies of all the countries in the world. The black line, the yellow line is the agreements, the national determined contributions by the participants of the Paris agreements, and they're conditional and unconditional. And what they promised, you can project how the carbon emissions will develop. And the other lines, the blue line, the orange, and the green one, this is calculations by the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And they tell us how much we need to reduce carbon emissions to limit the heating of the planet to within 2 degrees, 1.8 or 1.5 degrees. And obviously there's a gap, an optimistic gap or a pessimistic gap. So 12 to 25 gigatons of CO2, that's 20 to 40% of the current emissions that are too much based on the commitments of countries today. Where the commitments of countries today will take us is more something like 4-degree warming. 4-degree warming, maybe it doesn't sound so bad, it's very cold outside, so 4-degree warmer maybe could be nice. And the IPCC also does projections on what that means. And they calculate, for example, the changes in rainfall. And this is the scenario for 4-degree warming. And you see there are areas in the world that will be a lot drier than today. For example, Southern Europe. And there are areas, the dark green ones, that are a lot wetter than today. 40% more rainfall. And for example, you see that in eastern India and Pakistan, that's the area where they have the monsoon rain. And currently, we are already warm. So currently, we are already at about 10% above the pre-industrial average. And these 10% already caused the catastrophic floods in Pakistan this summer. I don't want to show any traumatizing picture, but I guess you can all imagine how bad that was. It was 10% of Pakistan was underwater, and Pakistan is a big country, and 33 million were affected by the floods. And this is for 10% weather, and if we go for 4-degree warming, this will be 40% weather. The IPCC models also predict that there will be more extreme heat waves. This is the modeling that they do for heat waves that in the pre-industrial time occurred once every 50 years. With the current 1-degree warming, they already happen 5 times more often. So the extreme heat waves happen every 10 years. And if we go to 4 degrees, they will happen almost 40 times more often. So they will happen almost every year. And they will be more hot. And why is that so bad? Because humans can survive only a certain temperature. This temperature depends on the humidity, and this is measured as the wet bulb temperature. The wet bulb temperature is a very easy measurement. You just take a thermometer, wrap it in a wet towel, and blow some air on it. And then if the humidity is low, because of the evaporation, the temperature will be lower. But if the humidity is high, then humans cannot cool because due to perspiration, and then the surface temperature will be just too hot. And there is a wet bulb temperature where humans cannot survive. And even already in the green and yellow range, You can only survive if you take enough rest, if you drink enough. Humans are not made to survive any amount of heat. So before we all get depressed because of this, I would like to remind us that there is always hope. As long as people live, there is hope. And hope means we expect something good that is not there yet. We expect a change. We expect that we can change the world to the better. And apparently, we need to imagine a better world. We need to reduce these carbon emissions if we want to avoid those catastrophes. And the IPCC also models what can be done. They model what measures can be taken and what would be their effect until 2030, where we have this gap to reduce the carbon emissions. And it's a long list. I'm showing you only the big contributions. And what you see, the biggest contributions is wind energy and sun energy. And then there are big contributions due to land use. Carbon sequestration in agriculture, that means a way to grow food that keeps a lot of carbon in the ground. Reduce conversion of forests, that means we stop chopping down trees. And reforestation, that means we plant trees. And the color code of these bars is an estimate of the cost. And I would like to draw your attention to the blue one. The cost is lower than the reference. That means by using wind and sun, we can save at least 5 gigatons of carbon until 2030 for free, without additional cost. So clearly, we need an energy transition. And this energy transition is already underway. And the challenge, you can see the challenge here is, this is our current energy supply, and the largest part of this is based on fossil fuels, and they need to be replaced. So by sun and wind. And here's the same data plotted logarithmically. You're scientists and engineers, you know that it's sometimes better to look at data in a logarithmic way. And this graph contains all my fears and all my hopes when it comes to energy. You see here the same thing as you saw on the graph before. Currently, most of our energy is fossil fuel. And about a factor of 10 less, we have nuclear and hydropower. But I want to draw your attention to is this part, the steep increase of the yellow line, that's solar PV, solar cells energy, and the light blue line, that's wind energy. And the dark purple line, that's batteries. Apparently the sun and the wind, they're not always there, so we need to store energies. And also batteries are developing rapidly. That's a massive, very fast increase. And this fast increase has been possible because a similarly fast decrease in price. That's, for economists, a rather unusual scale to plot prices on a logarithmic scale. And there you see the same steep development for the renewable energies. And these two developments are, of course, linked. The more that is produced, the cheaper it gets. That's simply economy of scale. But behind these lines is also research, is technology development, is people who have thought about it. And this has happened because of people like you. And we need to continue this path. And for the energy transition to be fulfilled, we will need you. We need scientists and engineers who know how to build renewable power stations. We need engineers and computer scientists who know how to design the future electricity grid that can deal with intermittent power sources. We need scientists who develop all the new devices and the new material that we need to continue this decrease in price and this increase in efficiency. We need engineers who know how to save energy, who know how to make things more efficient. And we need biologists who know about ecosystems, who know how to sequester carbon in the soil. And we need mathematicians and computer scientists who can model and predict and describe all this. What I'm trying to say is, it's worthwhile to work for the energy transition. I don't want to say the energy transition is the only worthwhile cause. There are many exciting things that you can do, many worthwhile causes you can work for, and whatever you do, I wish you fulfillment in your work. I wish you happiness in all the aspects of your life, and may your best dreams come true.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Love that want me to know. I never thought what love would be, making one as lovely as she. Isn't she lovely, made from love? Isn't she pretty? Truly the angel's best. Boy, I'm so happy. We have been heaven blessed. I never thought your love would be making one as lovely as she. Isn't she lovely, made from love?
So thank you very much. I would like to thank the music group Les Roosters, a music group from Nancy that has already performed more than 500 concerts in France and Europe. And more important, who have been animating our graduation ceremony for the last 3 years in a very dynamic way that is always appreciated, I think. So thanks a lot. There will be more musical pieces in the ceremony. But now we will move to the second part, which is the awards. And we'll be giving out awards to students who have proved to be particularly striking in their success. And the first is an award given by, supported by the Zweesvrouwenverdien von der FSTM. And this is a group of two sponsors, individual sponsors, who have been supporting us for many years now. As long as I can remember, they have been here to support students during this award ceremony, but they have always wanted to remain anonymous. So for this reason, I will be the one giving out this award. And the student who will be rewarded today is Pelivani Melis. Can he join us here? Please. So Pelivani was a student at the university since the bachelor in engineering, he did here first, and he was a student in the track in civil engineering. And then in 2020, he finished his studies in this bachelor, and he joined the Master of Science in Civil Engineering, Megastructures Engineering with Sustainable Resources. And he was really particularly motivated, and therefore he was chosen to participate in research work under the direction of Christoph Odenbreit, Professor Christoph Odenbreit, who is here. And his thesis was considered to be particularly outstanding, and for this thesis work, he received the excellent grade of 19 out of 20, and he obtained an average overall grade of 17.3 out of 20. So this is really an outstanding performance. And he's now working as a structural engineer at INCA, Ingénieur Conseil Associé. So congratulations to Pelivani Melis, and here is the award for the best average grade of the faculty. Thank you. And that's important too. Okay, so congratulations. And then the next prize is the Germain Dondlinger Award, which is an award given by the Amis de l'Université du Luxembourg and the ANSEVO group. So I will call here Lucien Clerget, Executive Board Member of the Amis de l'Université, Paul Braquet from ANSEVO, and Sarah Katharina Sophie Schouten from the Master in Mathematics.
Mesdames, Messieurs, chers lauréats, permettez-moi de vous adresser quelques mots. Les Amis de l'Université, qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est une association de bénévoles, sans but lucratif, qui œuvre pour le développement de l'université et pour la promotion de l'excellence académique. Elle veut également tisser les liens entre l'université et la société, moyennant des conférences, des débats, etc. Elle se veut une passerelle entre l'institution académique et le monde du travail, de l'entreprise et des affaires. Le prix Germain Dondlinger, qu'est-ce que c'est? Beaucoup d'entre vous ne connaissent pas Germain Dondlinger, ne l'ont pas connu. Il était premier conseiller au ministère de l'enseignement supérieur et de la recherche. Il était le fonctionnaire au ministère de l'enseignement supérieur qui s'est consacré corps et âme pour que le Luxembourg acquiert une place bien visible sur l'échiquier international universitaire. C'était une véritable cheville ouvrière du développement de l'université et un vrai catalyseur au sein du conseil de gouvernance. Sa disparition en mars 2015 nous a tous marqués et a été une grande perte pour l'université. Pour honorer sa mémoire, les Amis de l'université ont créé le prix d'excellence Germain Dondlinger, récompensant le meilleur travail de master, toutes facultés confondues. Et pour l'exercice 2022, la lauréate est mademoiselle Sarah Schouten de la faculté des sciences, technologies et médecine, de nationalité allemande, née en 1997. Elle s'est inscrite ici à Luxembourg à l'université en 2017. Elle est parfaitement plurilingue, elle parle 6 langues. Elle en a profité pour parfaire ses compétences, tant en Italie, à Salerno, qu'en Australie, Perth, ou encore au Japon, à Tokyo. Elle a obtenu son diplôme de master en mathématiques en juillet 2022, avec une moyenne, écoutez bien, de 18,4 sur fin 20 points, ce qui lui a naturellement valu la mention excellent. Un grand bravo à Mademoiselle Schouten. Et j'ai le plaisir également de saluer M. Baquet de la firme Ansevo. C'est bien ça, qui sponsorise ce prix. Voilà.
Je vais me tenir court. Donc, du côté du groupe NCVO, pour ceux qui ne nous connaissent pas, on a un petit peu à faire quelque chose dans l'énergie. Donc, comme par rapport au speech d'avant, on est bien conscient des points et surtout aussi d'avoir, excusez-moi, des personnes très compétentes qui peuvent rejoindre le marché du travail, qui peuvent nous aider à tacler ces challenges dans l'avenir. Donc, gratulations aussi à vous. Et aussi, on est toujours fiers de pouvoir supporter l'université et aussi les amis de l'université pour pouvoir offrir ce prix. Donc, merci beaucoup.
Le troisième prix est the third prize is the Lanners Prize Award, and it is awarded by the Fondation Nicolas and Jean-Paul Lanners. It will be presented by Ralph Oseldinger, who is director of the Fondation Nicolas and Jean-Paul Lanners, and the laureate this year will be Felix Zaretsky, former student of the Master of Science in Engineering, Sustainable Product Creation.
So, dear Rector, dear Dean, dear faculty members, dear parents, and dear students, first of all, congratulations. You got your degree and you stepped in a new chapter of your life. In a moment, I will confer the Lanners Prize to Felix Zaretsky, so Masters in Science of Engineering, selected by the academic jury for his outstanding results. Before this important moment, may I briefly explain the purpose of the Lanners Prize. So the Foundation and the Lanners Prize were created to honor the memory of two outstanding scientists and entrepreneurs, Dr. Nicolas Lanners and his son Jean-Paul Lanners, who, with another great Luxembourgish scientist, William Koll, contributed to great advances in metallurgy and hard metal technology. So they were not only excellent scientists, but also entrepreneurs. And starting some 90 years ago, they founded the company Cerametal, now evolved to Ceratizid. Today, the company employs more than 8,000 people operating on the 5 continents, among them more than 200 researchers responsible for a vast library of patents. So Ceratizid has its head office in Marmor, and it is also having its fundamental research labs there. So it's only a few kilometers away from the university. So Ceratizid is today one of the great global players in the cemented carbide business. So if you want to know more about the company, please visit the website ceratizid.com. So the objective of the Lanners Prize is to encourage and support students in their scientific and engineering studies at the University of Luxembourg. We must not forget that the development and prosperity of this part of Europe is due to the hard work of engineers, chemists, and also physicists. And also for the future, we'll need those bright minds to understand, invent, create, develop, and also produce in a sustainable way. And it's definitely what has been shown in the presentation before. We need sustainable ways of producing. Therefore, the Learner's Prize intends to stimulate young people to advance in the difficult but rewarding field of science and technology. And I really want to emphasize the role of the University of Luxembourg in this matter, and I'm really pleased to see that new professors have been recruited at the faculty. In this spirit, we are here to acknowledge the academic achievements of an outstanding student, so Felix Seretsky. Felix started his academic career at the University of Saarbrücken, where he got his bachelor's degree in automotive engineering. Then he switched to the University of Luxembourg, where he got his master's degree in sustainable product creation. But apparently he was bored during that, because during that time he also worked hard as a research assistant, and he gave lectures to war refugees. So it is not astonishing that Felix also pursues his studies with a PhD at the University of Luxembourg in the field of cyber-physical production systems. So, congratulations to you.
So the fourth prize today will be the prize of the Luxembourg Mathematical Society for master students, awarded by the Luxembourg Mathematical Society. And I will call here Giovanni Peccati, who is president of the SML. And the laureates today, there will be two. One is Sarah Schouten, who you might already know. And the other one will be Andy Foyen from the Master in Mathematics and the Master on Enseignement Secondaire Mathématique. Please.
Hello, good evening to everyone. So the Luxembourg Mathematical Society is a learned society whose mission is the promotion of pure and applied mathematics within and outside Luxembourg. And the Luxembourg Mathematical Society does that by organizing events, conferences, roundtables, by publishing books or journals, and in general by representing mathematicians and the profession of mathematics, once again, within and outside Luxembourg. So I invite the new graduates of Luxembourg University to join us. It's a good way to continue participating in the scientific life of your country. So every year, the Luxembourg Mathematical Society has the pleasure to recompensate the best students of the Master of Mathematics and of the Master in Secondary Education. So as it was already announcing, what was already announced, the prize 2022 for the best student of the Master in Mathematics goes to Sarah Schouten. So Sarah finished her studies in our Master with an astonishing average mark of 18.4 and was the best student of her promotion. And so Sarah wrote a master dissertation under the supervision of Norbert Ponsant from the Department of Mathematics and also one of the former presidents of the Luxembourg Mathematical Society on the topic of the geometry of supersymmetry, a very hot topic, right? And so this was an excellent dissertation that received the mark of 20 over 20. And now the content of the dissertation has been transformed into a high-level scientific paper that will be submitted soon to a top mathematical journal. So I would really like to congratulate you for this achievement. So this is your recognition. And also the Luxembourg Mathematical Society would like to award you with a book. Now, the second prize of our society goes to the best student in the Master of Secondary Education. And this year, winner is Andy Foyen. So Andy finished his dissertation with an equally astonishing average mark of 17.9. Was best student in his promotion. And so Andrew wrote a master dissertation about la méthode Montessori pour les mathématiques du lycée, a very interesting and stimulating topic. He did that under the supervision of Antonella Perucca from the Department of Mathematics and the supervision of Dominique Arion from the Faculty of Humanities, Education and Social Sciences. So the dissertation was attributed the grade of 20/20, and the content of the dissertation was recently presented to a meeting of the German Society for the Teaching of Mathematics, and once again the content and part of the content of the dissertation will be part of the proceedings of this very prestigious meeting. So once again, congratulations for these achievements, and please accept the diploma of our society.
So the fifth award is the award from the OAI award. So that's the award from the Ordre des Architectes et Ingénieurs Conseil. And I will now invite Marc Feider, who is Vice President of this order, and Lou Toussaint, who is a student who will receive this award. Thank you.
Dear all, graduation marks a major transitional moment in your life. Today, we celebrate all the hard work you put into your education and achievements. Congratulations to you all on reaching this momentous milestone, and all the best for your future. With all the crisis we are in, you should be aware that the scientists and engineers will not run out of work. In March 21, UNESCO published in this regard a report on the crucial role of engineering in achieving each of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So don't be afraid of your future. I would also like to briefly introduce who I represent today. I'm the Vice President of the Ordre des Architectes and Ingénieurs Conseil, who was established in March 1990 by law and gathers 5 professions: architects, interior architects, consulting engineers, urban designers, and landscape architects. Beyond its mission as a legal body, OAI is also to be considered as a professional organization and institution of public interests. The number of architects' offices in Luxembourg is about 500. The number of consulting engineers' offices in Luxembourg, about 200. These 700 offices employ more than 5,000 employees. As Vice President of the Ordre des Architectes et Ingénieurs Conseil, I am honored to announce the OAI award winning of the Engineering's Master degree of the graduation 2022 for Lou Toussaint. Lou joined the University of Luxembourg, at first earned her bachelor's degree in mechanical engineer, before joining the Master in Science Sustainable Product Creation. During her master's, Lou was a highly motivated, committed, and promised student. She finished her master thesis with a 20 of 20. Lou is also already working and teaches mathematics at the high school in Ettelbruck. Congratulations, Lou, for your outstanding academic record. My best wishes for your promising professional career. Your life will become more challenging, competitive, and hectic, but I'm sure you jump over all entirely with ease. Congratulations.
And finally, our last award today is the Zonta Club Luxembourg Award. And for this, I will call Karin Hankes, President of the Zonta Club, Florence Fischer, Director of the International Zonta Club, and the prize will be awarded to Fatima Zahra Fati, graduate of the Master in Information and Computer Science.
Schöne guten Morgen, good afternoon. Professor Palasch, Professor Schlenker, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to say a few words about Zonta International. Zonta International is a leading global organization of more than 28,000 professional women and men in more than 1,100 Zonta clubs in 64 countries, empowering women worldwide through service and advocacy. In 2019, we celebrated our 100th anniversary and the milestones that made us the organization we are today. Zonta International envisions a world in which women's rights are recognized as human rights and every woman is able to achieve her full potential. In such a world, women have access to all resources and are represented in decision-making positions on an equal basis with men. In such a world, no woman lives in fear of violence. Equal rights and a life free of violence is not a women's issue, it is a societal issue that has to be solved by women and men together. Zonta International is needed now more than ever. Around the world, women and girls are facing increased challenges as a result of COVID-19, climate change, and threats to their human rights. To respond to these challenges, we need a strong, committed community of individuals working together at the local and global levels to fight for gender equity. Together, we build a better world for women and girls. Besides our international programs in partnership with UNFPA, UNICEF, or other UN agencies, Zonta also offers scholarships, fellowships, and awards for women and girls pursuing education and careers in traditionally male-dominated fields. The Zonta Club of Luxembourg decided about more than 20 years ago to encourage young students to choose a career in a male-dominated profession by awarding them a special prize. Since the creation of the University of Luxembourg, a young female student has been rewarded every year for her outstanding results. Today, I have the great privilege and pleasure to hand over our club award to Fatima Zahra. Fatima Zahra is Moroccan and she joined Luxembourg University in 2019. She graduated her master's at the top of her class with an average of 17.9 with a profile in artificial intelligence. Fatima Zahra is currently a software engineer at Ars Development in Belval. In the name of Zonta Club Luxembourg, I would like to congratulate Fatima Zahra on her success and wish her all the best for her future career and professional life. Congratulations to all of you and thank you very much for your attention. Merci.
Coffee, I'll take tea, my dear. I like my toast on one side, but you can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. see me walking down Fifth Avenue, walking candy around my side. I see it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien, I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien, I'm an Englishman in New York. I'm an Englishman in New York.
So finally, the key part of this event, the conferment of diplomas. So I will invite Professor Stéphane Pallage to join me, and I will give the floor to Frédéric Perrin, the head of faculty administration of the faculty, who will explain the process and call students on to come on stage. Please, Frédéric.
Dear graduates, congratulations. I'm very honored to call you on stage this evening to be able to give you your diploma. I hope I will pronounce all your names correctly, and I apologize in advance if it's not the case. As per how the ceremony will happen, so we will call each program the students and the director of studies. I will ask the students to stay on the right of the stage. They will be called one by one to get the diplomas from the dean, the rector, and the director of studies. Then go on the left, sign, wait for the group picture, and so on and so forth until the end. Okay, we will start now with the matter in mathematics. So I invite the students and the director of studies. Philippe Michel Karst.
Félicitations. Voilà. On fait une photo.
Cédrine Marguerite Niles. Charlène Roncalli. Sarah Katharina Sophie Schouten. Et Akinori Yamaguchi. For the master en enseignement secondaire mathématique, I invite the students and the director of studies. Dylan Alves Ferreira. Bruno Carvalho da Vega. Andy Foyen. Catherine Irtum. Jordi Georges. Romy Reding. Pete Ferdi Ronc. Alex Chameau. Christophe Strebanski. The graduates of the Master of Science in Physics and the Director of Studies. Marie Lonsi Zanmen. and Sven Siever. The laureates of the Master of Science in Civil Engineering, Megastructure Engineering with Sustainable Resources, and their Director of Studies. Sayed Amirali Agamiri. Sultan Ali. Ali Reza Yagma Carbonel. Sushmita Geshpati Krishna Murthy. Nitesh Karmacharya. Albert Lassaché. Nasratullah Nasrat. Saroj Nepan. Mélis Pelivani. Mehdi Saïdi. Ravesh Hamid Rachid Salihi. Gabriela Ullman Zigoski. the graduates of the Master of Science in Engineering, Sustainable Product Creation, and the Director of Studies, please. Oumer Abed. Sivakumar Balu. Vaeldeldian Mahmoud Vaeldeldian Ibrahim. Ezat Erkin Kizi. Muhammad Zasat Hossein. Mohamed Samir El Sayed Ahmed Ouria. Laïri Kanoula. Nitish Kapoor. Sunil Kumar. Anthony Marosi. Marcin Blazech Nanoniskny. Mohamed Hossein Nourouzian. Rishikesh Purbe. Kevin Raja. Gautam Narayan Ravi. Laura Rolles. Félix Zaretsky. David Schmidt. Lou Toussaint. Master en sciences de l'ingénieur, efficacité énergétique et économique, and their Director of Studies. Alex Battista. Gilles Flueux. Moussa Kaba. Kamel Outouati. Mohamed Serrar. Master en développement durable. Massimilien Eugène Bols. Sylvain Charles Brizet. Théo Luc Capras. Cyril Xavier Combe. Fadi Fikani. Max Gillen. Émeric Régis Bénédicte Grasse. Tom Haas. Fernand Mamba va Mamba. Aurélien Selec. Tawa Frous-Tarance. Master in Information and Computer Science. Zeynal Abden Almiyali. Ouda Atrache. Meriem Atrache. Roubaya Begum. Ada Koshi. Roubaya, sorry. Vinicius Amaro Keshin. Sergio Alessandro Duarte Pacheco. Fatima Zara Fati. Victor Sanchez Gimenez. Moad Ani. Léopold Edem Ayete Ila. Aoven Mike O. Mohammad Shedoul Islam. Barbara Kodouzi. Eshvarya Krishnan. Désiré Claire Annie Le Marquis. Mike Dos Santos Loureiro. Antoine Joseph Martina. Dani Gonçalves Mendes. Emiliana Pali. Arisha Prakash. Yekshu. Mohammad Vafizour Rahman. Lucas Souza Romao. Anisha Angel Sali Davi Breguit. Alexander Stetsenko. Roma Suryavanshi. Lynn et Sinzar. Vanita Varadarayan. Gwina Veng. Fateme Zoheri. The Master in Information System Security Management. Loïc Francis Beau. Caroline Michel Guylaine Devet. Cédric Valère Foucault-Fausto. Victor Daniel Gomez Batista. Olivier Michael Kozowski. Luc Promenschenkel. Oronde Ayola Spencer. Interdisciplinary Space Master. Larry Kouchko. Thiago Alexandre de Jésus Souza. Michel Lynn Jamrosic. Marius Ludwikowski. Dave van der Meer. Rui Zong. Master in Integrated Systems Biology. Sundaz Arshad. Parviel Shirzir. Anaga Daniel Gekvad. Daniel Guignard. Eile Christine Herbst. Jimmy G. Maria Gabriela Retamales Barahona. International Master of Science in Biomedicine. Serbel Mohamed Abdelhamed Ahmed Eliva. Iman Gachemi. Fenja Larissa Gierchek. Lison Neige Guillaume. Sarah Hagenmüller. Bele Anne Kitz. Margaret Nandudu. Myriam Penck. Sophie Roth. Noémie Martine Bernadette Sorgiati. Eftimios Tsortsis. European Master of Small Animal Veterinary Medicine. Peter Ahmed Södergren. Certificate of Small Animal Veterinary Practice. Sotirios Bagias. Annie-Anna Marie-Thérèse Willaert. In the meantime, congratulations also to all our graduates that could not join today. The list is on the screen.
Okay, so once again, congratulations. Congratulations to all the graduates. You are now the ambassadors of the University of Luxembourg. And you will now be part of the alumni network. And I will give the floor to Andy Adams, the Alumni Relations Senior Specialist, who will explain in detail how the network functions. Thank you, Andy.
I'd like to thank the rector, Stefan Palash, for using the word commencement, because when I got my diploma, my bachelor diploma in 1988, I went to a commencement, and I had no idea why they call it commencement, because it was the end of my diploma, not the beginning of anything, but of course I didn't understand at the time that it just meant the beginning of the rest of your life. And when I started at the University of Luxembourg 2 years ago to build the alumni network, it was a real commencement, because everything needed to be built from scratch. So it was about the time you guys were starting your masters as well. If you did 2 years, we started within a month of each other. You've finished, but I'm still beginning. And now you'll be beginning with me as we commence the real rollout of the alumni network. So congratulations on making it through those 2 years for your master or longer, because you've dealt with incredible challenges from of course, the global pandemic, to a war on the European continent, to the current energy and inflation crises. So you've shown incredible resilience to get your degrees during that period of time, and resilience will help you no matter what you do the rest of your lives. So your time at the University of Luxembourg is not ending, it's commencing the rest of your lives as alumni of the University of Luxembourg. And you should have received an email recently to join the alumni network, because 270 of you have already done so. And anybody in the audience already joined? Raise your hands. I recognize some names. Okay. You're ahead of the curve. So speaking of email, though, you're also ahead of the curve, because you're the first graduating class that can get alumni email addresses And if you choose to migrate your mails from your student inboxes to your new alumni inboxes, and I'm looking at Professor Siebentrit here, we had a meeting last year talking about why can't the alumni get email addresses, so we commenced that project, and the first ones rolled out a few weeks ago. The others are still on their way. But that's only the beginning. Now that you're leaving the university or have left the university, we want to accompany our alumni every step of the way, and we've developed the Grad Pack, which is a series of benefits and services to welcome you to the alumni community, but also help you get established in the professional world. So on screen, you'll see lots and lots of logos, because I like pictures. So at the top left, the first set of partners is a simple equation. It's what university services, or in the greater university community, can we also extend to alumni? So you'll retain access to the Career Center and the Job Teaser platform. You also have lifelong discounts for continuing education with the Competence Center, also at the Confucius Institute. And some of you may have participated in an ideation camp, but if you have an entrepreneurial bent, you'll be able to take advantage of the services from the incubator and the entrepreneurship program. And I know one of the prizes was sponsored by les Amis de l'Université de Luxembourg. So join them, and you'll have your first-year membership free of charge. Our second set of partners are networking organizations, and no matter what you do in life, networking is going to be very important in most of your careers, whether you know it now or not. But a lot of the networking organizations in Luxembourg, it's very easy to do, but you need access to it. And that's usually through a corporate membership, which you as individuals would not have. So we've negotiated with the partners on screen to be the corporate member as the alumni network, and you as our members have access to your choice of a wide variety of different networking organizations here, where you can get either discounted or free membership. And I think I'm going to talk to the Zanza Club afterwards, because I think they would fit in there very nicely with some of the other organizations that we have. Now, the third set of logos on the screen is we want you to stay informed. And whether you prefer English, or si vous préférez le français, sollten Sie lieber auf Deutsch lesen, you'll find a media partner on screen that will offer you discounted access to their subscription services as graduates of the University of Luxembourg. Yeah, so that's that. Sorry. Of course. I'm wearing a tie today. I usually wear a hoodie. And recently, I've been able to wear University of Luxembourg hoodies or alumni hoodies. And I was asked a couple years ago when I commenced, where can we buy hoodies? I said, I'll find out. I found out that you couldn't, unless you're at Welcome Day or another university event, and if you're on campus. All of those are very difficult if you're alumni. So we worked really hard. And we set up with a local partner in Luxembourg 2 online collections now, which were launched in the last 2 months. One set with the university logo and one set with the alumni logo. And the timing is perfect, because it's the end of the year and you need gifts for the holidays. What a perfect gift idea. Or get your parents to buy you one for your graduation present. And on top of that, in 2023, this commencement goes even further, because we've been doing this manually for the moment, emails and other older technologies. 2023 will see the launch of our brand new alumni platform. You see the mock-up of what it's going to look like on the bottom right. It's going to be where our alumni community meets in the future, whether at a global level for the university or at a study program or interest group level. And you'll be hearing more about that at the beginning of 2023. So if we talked about benefits and services of being alumni, but alumni is a two-way street. There's things that we want to have an interactive relationship with you going forward. And 2 things you can do right away that are really important is, of course, join the alumni network if you haven't done that yet, but also fill out the graduate survey, which I think was sent out this week, because that's a key feedback for the university in terms of improving its offerings going forward. And we want to recognize that, I would say, giving back right away, and we found a creative way to do it with the student delegation last year, which we're going to continue this year, which is creating the 2022 class fund. It works very simply. When you join the alumni network, when you fill out the graduate survey, the university is contributing €5 to that class fund, which will be reinvested in the university in an area which would be agreed with the student delegation. So I couldn't get any simpler than that. And because I said there's 270 members already, you've already generated over €1,300 for the 2022 class fund without even knowing it. So congratulations on your graduation. I think the dean said at the beginning about how things don't happen overnight. Well, the alumni network doesn't happen overnight. This is your day as graduates. The alumni network is being built, so it's going to be your alumni network that I'm looking forward to building with you in the years to come. Now comes the fun part, there's a video. So we talked about this graduate survey, and now you're going to find out more about it in a video, which will be up on screen next. Thank you.
The reason why your feedback matters is because it will also benefit the later generations of students. Next year's students, the year after, we can tell them how well you've done. We've got you as a contact. We've also got the fact that your feedback will help us to adjust those programs, the programs that you've done.
Congratulations to all our new PhD graduates. Well done. I am sure you have a lot of points to discuss with us, to give us feedback about your doctoral studies. So, now's the time to do exactly this. Let us know, what did you like during the 4 years at our university? Did you like your academic environment? Did you benefit from the course offer to collect your ECTS points? And what about your PhD supervisor? Did he or she give you a lot of good and valuable guidance?
There's also more personal reasons. For example, are your language skills the ones that you needed? Thinking about your own career progression, did you aim to stay in Luxembourg? Have you been able to stay in Luxembourg? If not, are you finding jobs in the greater region? Are you finding jobs in other countries?
If you have graduated from our university, you will receive the survey at 2 points in time. For the first time, you will receive the questionnaire 6 months after graduation, and that will be in December of the year when you are graduating. Then you will receive the second questionnaire 1.5 years after graduation. You will receive an invitation to the survey to your private email address.
We really appreciate your feedback. It's very valuable and important to us.
We are proud of your success. We need your input to help us say what your successes are and to also help others to be successful in the future.
Merci beaucoup. Vielen Dank. Vielmals merci.
So, I would like to finish by thanking again all our partners and sponsors, as well as all those who actively participated in the organization of this ceremony. And again, one last time, congratulations to all the students who obtained their degree today. Yes, last point, we have a reception that is going to be opened now at the Maison des Arts et des Étudiants. We have last piece of music, so please stay put and listen to the music, enjoy the music, and whenever you're ready, you can go on to the Maison des Arts et des Étudiants for the reception. Thanks again, and congratulations.
So
Thank you very much.